katika kongamano hili la chumi za biashara za majini ambapo Rais Kenyatta anahutubia wananchi.
Concerned about the challenges of sustainable use of this critical resource. The blue economy binds us to a common destiny. Oceans are at the heart of our planet. They contain 97% of the Earth's water supply, nearly half the oxygen that we breathe, absorb over a quarter of the carbon dioxide we produce, and regulate the weather as well as temperature. Further, oceans, seas, and lakes support livelihoods, food security, and nutrition, as well as employment. 90% of maritime trade and transportation are counteract the impacts of climate change as our carbon reservoirs. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have paid inadequate attention to the impact of human action on the health and productivity of our waters. And as a result, many of our ocean systems are under immense stress. Their ability to act as a climate regulator and as a key engine for economic growth and sustainable development is progressively being eroded. We are already feeling the impact of plastics in oceans. The 8 million tons of plastics that enter the sea each year are transformed into microplastics that enter into our food chain and impact ecosystems as well as animal and human health worldwide. We are already experiencing the impact of climate change, which risks triggering rising temperatures that would flood and destroy large sections of our coastal economies. But we have also, in the same period, that would flood and destroy large sections of our coastal economies. But we have also, in the same period, that would flood and destroy large sections of our coastal economies. How these countries but we have also, in the same period, that would flood and destroy large sections of our coastal economies. How these countries but we have also, in the same period, that would flood and destroy large sections of our coastal economies. How these countries but we have also, in the same period, that would flood and destroy. And we know, unless our environmental riches are protected, there can be no lasting prosperity for any of us. But such action must be collective. 2/3 of global waters lie beyond national jurisdiction. Action in one sea will have a positive or negative effect on other seas. Success in managing our global aquatic resources for sustainable global development therefore critically hinges on us working together. And to this end, I am here to join you as I also make our pledge as Kenya. I am convinced that for the sake of present and future generations and for the continued viability of our ecosystems, we have to envision a different future and therefore a different model for the blue economy. I pledge to envision that future and to do my part to promote it. I make the pledge in recognition of the need to first adopt appropriate policies, strategies, and mechanisms to harness the blue economy, to re-energize our national economies, and to create greater opportunities and jobs for our people. Secondly, to confront head-on the challenges of waste management and plastic pollution that is compromising the health of our people and oceans, seas, as well as rivers, but also threatening food security and the biodiversity on land and at sea. Third, to ensure responsible and sustainable fishing, to conserve the endangered species and high-value fish stocks on which millions of people depend for their livelihood. Number 4, to ensure safety and security in the high seas so that global trade, connectivity, and all businesses can thrive unhindered and unfettered. On the basis of these imperatives, I pledge that in Kenya, I will lead from the front. First, as a government, we will take steps to build on and expand institutional governance mechanisms that are already in place to enhance coordinated management of the blue economy. These include the Blue Economy Implementation Standing Committee, as well as state departments for fisheries, maritime logistics, and transport. Secondly, we will and are taking measures to revive our maritime transport by building and expanding our ports and shipping facilities and partnering with global shipping lines to extend our maritime reach. We're also enhancing our capabilities for Kenyan seafarers to work on ships across the vast oceans by upgrading the Kenya Maritime School. We have also adopted a program to accelerate the development of our fisheries by increasing aquaculture, fish processing, and storage capacities, and related blue economy industries, thereby creating employment opportunities for our people. Last week, I commissioned a new fisheries complex jetty to enable the docking of large fishing and patrol vessels, and announced the establishment of a fishing corporation. Kenya has already ratified the Port State Measures Agreement that will ensure vessels flying the Kenyan flag comply with measures contained in that agreement. We shall also aggressively combat illegal and unregulated as well as unreported fishing, and we have taken measures to enhance security and safety of our collective waters. And in this regard, I did launch last week Kenya's Coast Guard Service. In 2017, we also banned the use of single-use plastics as part of our commitment to sustainable development. We have also adopted a housing program to provide decent and affordable housing in our coastal cities as part of a broad program for the greening of our cities, and we shall further redevelop the lakefront cities and towns and release their great touristic and sustainable industrial potential. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is committed to contribute to a better and much more prosperous world. And I therefore invite all of you to work with me, with my government and the people of Kenya, and with other governments on the continent of Africa, to build these key areas that I have highlighted today. Some of the steps that some of you could consider, including availing financial resources, the transfer of technology and innovations, as well as capacity building in all these key areas. I remain optimistic that working together, the journey we have begun today will succeed, and I look forward to the outcomes, the deliberations from this conference. I thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.